It is genuinely amazing how we don't lose a couple of games, and all of a sudden everyone's like, top 4, definitely getting top 4, Europa League winners. I've been saying that for like 5 months now, but that's because I really believe we can win that competition. Carabao Cup winners, we're going to do it this year. Now it's like, again, maybe people are just hyping a bit too much. Maybe people are just projecting their dreams and wishes a bit too much here, because on this performance today, at least for like 70 minutes of this game, nothing was happening for the boys. Hey, NarendraTheComic here. Right now I'm just going to be talking about the Spurs game, the North London derby today, and while I wasn't expecting much, like I was expecting at least a point. At least a point. Is that asking too much? I don't know. Maybe it was, because as I said in that little prior prelude there, the boys have been playing decently for a little while now, like 2-3 weeks. And everyone's just been blowing steam all the way up their butts. And I think maybe it got to them today. Can I really blame the boys though? Sometimes yes, sometimes no. Today, Mourinho's tactics were, the tic-tacs were all over the place, all right? Actually, they weren't all over the place. They were so concentrated on the back line, they almost made it impossible to watch at times, especially in the first 35 minutes. But it was a bad start. The guys had a bad start. They were lethargic. They seemed empty. They didn't really have any pace in them. They looked like they were absolutely done. And because of that, Arsenal kind of just took the front foot. You know, they really dominated the game in the first 10, 15, 30 minutes, maybe even 35 minutes. They had basically complete control. Spurs were in submission mode practically. Arsenal hit the post twice in the first like 30, 40 minutes. I think that spoke to how Mourinho plays well in certain games and he doesn't play well in other ones. That's just the nature of football. But it doesn't help when you have like your best or second best player like get injured in the first 15 minutes, as Son did. Like he went for a sprint because he was, you know, running, and I think he pulled a hammy. Maybe he did. Maybe it was a calf muscle, I don't know, but that does not look nice. And as soon as that happened, I said, this has gone from bad to even worse. And then he brought on Lamela. Now, again, you know my stance on Lamela. The guy is the chupacabra, as I call him, or on the pitch he's sometimes referred to as the chihuahua, because he is some nippy little guy, all right? He nips you. He kind of just does those incremental little damages to you, and then eventually you're like, I'm paralyzed because he's been taking chunks out of me for like 4 days now. But, you know, he came on, he did a job, he scored an absolute banger. Like, I have to be fair. The guy scored a banger. Rabona, he scored an even better one in the Europa League like 4 or 5 years ago. But again, it's an iconic goal. That's just a fact. I cannot change that. And while I don't like the guy, I can appreciate talent. And he is talented. I just feel that he's talented in bursts. He's talented in seconds. Like, he is very good in moments in games. But he is not consistent. And while he might have sublime seconds, he generally doesn't put in a full performance ever. And he holds on to the ball too long. He's very selfish on the ball. But then on the other hand, maybe it's the selfishness which actually gets you the gall to be able to take on a shot like that and score a worldie from out of nowhere. So, you know, it's a give and take. It's mostly give with him. You know, he just, well, he expects the give because he takes so much. I don't know. But it came cropper at the end of it, and I'll get into that in a second. But while Spurs were leading 1-0, it was all going fine. The last 10 minutes, Spurs were dominating in the first half. And then Arsenal scored. And even though it was against the runner play in that moment in time, I kind of felt it coming. Arsenal deserved something out of the first half. Like, they were dominant. They played better than us. We were just basically hanging on by a thread. And we got a wonder goal, and, you know, Odegaard, the little kid, he ended up scoring a deflected goal and it went in. And we went into halftime 1-1, and it's like, well, it could have been a lot worse. So I guess you have to take the 1-1 draw at halftime. But going into the second half, I thought to myself, I don't know how this is going to turn out. This could be like a 4-1, like to Arsenal here, because we were just not showing up. But surprisingly, somehow, the second half actually went okay for Spurs. We played better in the second half, for sure, than in the first half. We had a stupid Sanchez moment, as we often do. But, you know, you expect this type of stuff with him. He's kind of like Serge Aurier 2.0. Aurier has improved himself defensively. Sanchez has seemingly got worse. I don't think the Sanchez tackle is a penalty. I know, obviously, I'm biased here, but you know, freaking Lacazette had already made his shot. He sliced the shot all the way to Bulgaria before Sanchez came in and tackled him. The ball might have even already been out of play by the time Sanchez's tackle came in. So I don't know how that works. I think it was a bad decision, but what can you do? Arsenal didn't really deserve the goal at that moment in time, but That's just how it goes. And Spurs, after that point, really did play better, which is crazy. You're 2-1 down now. Oh, let's go play attacking football. But then Lamela does the thing Lamela does, in which he does the nips. He is the chihuahua at the end of the day. The chupacabra, the chihuahua, whatever you want to call him. And he ends up getting a red card in like the 65th or 70th minute. And I'm looking at it going, damn, my prediction was right. That halftime prediction, this could be a 4-1. But as the fortunes of football would have it, Spurs played the best football of both teams in the last 20 minutes of the game. With 10 men, they were outplaying 11 men. I don't know how this works on a football pitch. I don't know how it works when you have more men on the field. You're worse than when you have less men on the field. Can you explain that one to me? I've never got it, how teams can somehow muster up the strength with 10 men to play 11 men like it's just easy. Just be playing like that from the beginning and then we'll see where it goes. It really does perplex me. The truth is, Lamela could have actually been sent off like 3 times in the game prior to when he got sent off. But also, Kane wasn't really doing much throughout the game up till that sending off point where he really had to take the game by himself and do something. He did nothing up till like the 75th minute. He was very, very quiet. He was playing in basically a centre defensive mid for like 3/4 of the game. But when he did come into action, it was flary, all right? The guy has the techers. He has the skills. He scored an offside goal. It was offside, rightly so. Then he hits the post from a free kick and you're like, why can't you just put it in? I know it's not easy. It's clearly not easy. But I'm not talking about Kane here. I'm talking about Sanchez because he got to the second ball and he couldn't even put it away from the second ball. Like, nah, my guy, you need to put these types of balls away. That was it. That was 2-2. That was game open. That was maybe we're getting a point. Maybe we can go on and get 3 points. Maybe. But you have to finish those chances. I'm not really sure what else happened. I mean, Dele came on, basically did nothing, almost scored a header because Kane basically put it for him on a golden plate and he didn't finish it off, but it was a hard chance. But, you know, 2 years ago, 3 years ago, Dele would have been putting those in the back of the net, getting the job done. Lucas was our best player on the pitch. That's just also a fact. There are many facts going on here. The fact that Jose got the tactics wrong, the fact that Bale didn't show up, the fact that Kane wasn't really up to scratch, the fact Dele came on, did nothing, the fact Lamela is the idiot that Lamela is. But the fact is, Lucas was our best player, and he has been for the last like 3 or 4 weeks, honestly. He's been coming on, doing bits. He should be starting. If Son's injured, he should be starting 100%. So, bad result. Maybe not top 4. Maybe. Who knows? We'll find out at the end of the season. But, my boys, I don't know if it's going from bad to worse, or worse to bad, or worse to even worse. But something is not good. Anyway, guys, if you did enjoy this video, please do like, share, comment, and subscribe to the channel down there. If you didn't, then Jose is going to be coming after you, right? The guy's going to be fuming. You know it for a fact. A lot of facts, as I said, going on in this video. You don't want that. You really don't. So just subscribe anyway to avoid that. Now, I've been NarendraTheComic. You have been Graham. We'll see you next time. That's tomorrow if you don't know, make a video every single day. You've been doing it every day for over 1,000 days, and we ain't stopping till we get 10,000 subscribers. So do subscribe. Pop back in tomorrow for some more quality shitty content, because we're hashtagging never not here. Just how it goes. Also bring the Bakwas. Bakwas means nonsense in Punjabi, and we also bring that. So we will indeed see you tomorrow with some more of that, because it's just what we do. See you then. Skadoosh.